As always, there was a full house of over 60,000 in the Veltins Arena in Schalke for the visit of Bayern Munich, one of the traditionally great clashes of this or any other Bundesliga season. Schalke in the royal blue, Bayern Munich in the red. Bayern with a whole host of support, but of course there are Bayern fan clubs all over Germany. Mandzukic on the right. One or two changes made by Jupp Heynckes from the side that played Valencia in midweek in the Champions League, and that was also the case for Schalke. First chance falling to Toni Kroos, the rather large figure of Lars Unnerstahl coming out of goal at him though, and the ball just a little too high for Kroos. Bayern with a great record in Schalke, just one defeat on their last 7 visits, and right from the start they took command. The ball pushed down the left, turned into the middle. Mandzukic can't force it down, but basically I think because the tall figure of Matip had leapt high into the air in front of him, Mandzukic had just lost sight of the ball for a split second. Very little seen of Schalke as an attacking force. Jermaine Jones just declared fit on the morning of the game. The ball forced into the side netting. Jones himself had come up for the return pass from Huntelaar, the man they call the Hunter, and the game watched by Joachim Löw, the German national team coach, and his assistant Hansi Flick. Sporadic attacks from the home side. Holtby once again. One of the best chances falling to Jeff Fafan, the Peruvian international. Well saved by Manuel Neuer, who of course used to play for Schalke, born in Gelsenkirchen, the city of which Schalke is a suburb. At half-time, those ladies tucking into it. They reckon they were going to need some nourishment for a hefty second half. They hoped Schalke would take the game back to Bayern. It was not to be the case. Bayern even more dominant in the second period. Unnerstahl completely beaten, rooted to the spot. Müller's header just a touch wide of the left-hand post of Lars Unnerstahl. Schalke 2-1 winners in the Champions League in Piraeus in midweek. They couldn't produce anything like that form against a Bayern side that had finished off Valencia by 2-1. It wasn't long in coming, the first goal for Bayern in the second half. Toni Kroos, pressure telling in the end. Matip tackle on Müller, not forceful enough, as we see in the slow motion replay. Müller able to slip the ball through to Kroos, but he still had to produce a classy finish. There's the tackle, the poor tackle, the pass from Müller, the finish from Kroos. 1-0 Bayern, and there was worse to come for Schalke. A header skies off to the right flank, and out there is Müller. Nutmegs Fuchs. Watch this, with everyone waiting for a cross. Thomas Müller, German international, flicks the ball with the outside of his foot and completely bamboozles Lars Unnerstahl. First of all, the nutmeg, and that against Austrian international Christian Fuchs off the side of his foot past Unnerstahl. Jupp Heynckes, the Bayern coach, absolutely delighted. And after that, the head started to go down. But let's just enjoy this once again. Cheeky just isn't in it. Unnerstahl very late to go down. Thomas Müller, the key figure of the Bayern side and the German national team. Bayern, in such a situation, they've often been criticised for shutting up shop. This game was obviously done and dusted, but they went for a third. Müller claiming that he should have a corner kick. It was actually an easier chance than the one he'd buried just a few minutes before. If Stevens' face says it all, a face like thunder. He was furious with his side, but they at no stage of the game had taken it to Bayern. Iron Robin, surely 3-0, tries to chip Unnerstahl, not exactly the best option. Unestal 1.93 meter, big goalies have trouble going down. But Bayern, by this stage, were so totally in command against the side that finished third last season and thus qualified directly for the group phase of the Champions League. Once again, Unestal fumbling the ball, and Matthias Sammer, the sports director, brought to Bayern, happy with the way his side were playing. There was only one real chance for Schalke in the second half. Great shot by Fafin and an even better save from Manu Neuer. Not easy when you're a goalkeeper with nothing to do to produce the goods on just one or two occasions. The best chance of all, blasted wide by Klaas-Jan Huntelaar, the man they normally call the Hunter. Horselt, the manager, in the middle, the Schalke manager looking rather disgruntled. No wonder his side were very much second best against a Bayern side that is going to take some stopping this season.